Welcome back to the 406 Stacker channel, coming to you from the last best place. Got a little bit different video for us today. I visited a shop in East Missoula, Montana, off Highway 90, exit 107. They sell safes, and we talked to one of their sales reps, Jason, about the different types of safes. So whether you have rounds, bars, maybe you have a couple of these that you want to secure. Maybe you've a new stacker and you don't realize that you should secure your precious metals, or you just don't know how. Jason goes through a detailed list of fire ratings, different security features that they have. So I hope you enjoy the video. So I'm here at Liberty Safes of Montana, just off Interstate 90, exit 107 in East Missoula. Kind of a nice day. It's almost 50 degrees. Not bad for the end of February. We're going to do a quick interview with Jason here and show you guys how to keep your precious metals secure that you've worked hard to purchase. All right, so I'm a brand new customer. I'm looking for a safe. I'm here at Liberty Safes of Montana in East Missoula, right off exit 107. And we're going to speak with...
My name is Jason.
Jason, sorry, I didn't even catch that.
No, it's all right.
And I'm Jason as well.
Okay.
So we're going to just look at some safes, and we're just going to go through, as you can see, there's lots and lots of safe in here.
Over 70 safes sitting on our showroom floor.
Okay.
Different sizes, different models, depending on what you're looking for. So what are you looking for?
So as a brand new stacker, I've only got 50 ounces of silver to stack, and I've got a handgun. So probably looking at one of these smaller ones. So if you can tell me.
So we can go, we have a small one here that's kind of good for exactly what you just said, but that's it. Like if you plan on growing past that, you might want to move up to the next step, which would be here. We have one shelf and then some open space.
Okay.
With something like that, you can buy yourself a what we call a pistol mount.
Okay.
So it's just a stand that sits in here, and you can mount your pistol right on there, and then everything else sits. So it's easily accessible.
Okay. So what keeps people from picking this safe up and carrying it with them?
So you have these little tabs here.
Okay.
And you can mount them to whatever you set it on.
Bolt them down.
Bolt them down.
Okay.
Anchor them to the ground, concrete, or I don't have this size. I actually have this one right over here, which is this is what I keep my handguns in.
Yep.
Fingerprint,
Okay. Fingerprint.
biometric.
Very quick.
You can do 15 fingerprints in there.
Okay.
So I have one of these at home. Me and my wife both have 4 or 2 fingers on each hand, quickly accessible, and we each keep a firearm in there. So we have 6 children at home. We like to keep our firearms close, but secure. And that's what we use at home, but it's no good for anything past. So we have like a stack of bills and 2 handguns. Okay. That's it.
And then this one's a little bit bigger. This is kind of like a nightstand.
This is exactly a nightstand. It's decorative, very beautiful. You have a fully accessible, nice, smooth drawer that you can keep things in. But what I really love is that, I put the wrong code in, is that when you open this, you have a pistol holster right on the inside of the door.
Nice.
So as soon as you open, you have access. And then you have a shelf, and it's pretty deep. I mean, you can take a look in there and see there's plenty of space in there.
You could literally stack pounds of silver or gold in that.
Pounds. And then it's already on the ground, and it's heavy. I mean...
Right, but it looks like it has spots in the back here to bolt down as well.
You can also bolt down back here as well.
Okay.
But this thing's 150 pounds, so nobody's just walking away with it.
Sure.
Especially if you've got a couple pounds of gold or silver in there.
And then it looks like there's some a little bit bigger safes. These look super industrial though.
Yeah, so a little more decorative, but what I like about this is it's a lot more accessible and a lot more diverse because of the way the shelving is.
So and also you could put long guns or whatever.
You can put your long guns. You got your top shelf to stack whatever. And inside the door, you have these pockets that are really good for everything. I mean, every multiple size, and then 6 handguns.
Okay, nice.
And then again, decorative.
That's a little bit smaller safe. I know you have some bigger
Yes.
safes over here. Now, talk to me about like fire rating. I see this one here right on the edge says 60-minute fire rating. Is that pretty normal? This one's 80 minutes.
Yeah, 60 minutes is your lower level. You'll have 45 minutes, I think, is the smallest one we have.
Okay.
But you can get all the way up to 2.5 hours.
Okay. Is that at a certain temperature? Do they rate them at a certain temp?
1400 degrees.
1400 degrees. Okay.
So
Is that kind of an industry standard?
Yeah, industry standards, 1400 degrees. So these ones here, this would be our, 30... No, this is a 23 gun, so 23 rifles, to give you an idea. You'd be looking for as far as size. Sorry about that. This is not as decorative as, say, the rhinos. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing you want to look at too, is that the rhinos have a full swing open.
Okay.
This is as wide open as this will go.
Okay.
Because they have indoor
I
hinges.
see too, this has more bars than the rods.
Yes.
Okay.
Liberty Safes has the bars, not the rods. Mm-hmm. Rhino Safes have the rods. If you do get to the bigger Liberties or the Nationals, they have the rods.
Okay. Yep, 75-minute
This
fire
one
rating.
has a 75.
And this is a good entry-level safe for somebody that's storing.
Yeah, MSRP is at about 2,600, I believe. Mm-hmm. We have them on sale for $24.99. We do have other safes that are on, special sales, closeout sales, blowout sales. Specifically like the USA Shield, which is last year's model. We have it on sale for $18. This one's a 36 gun safe. Mm-hmm. A lot more room.
Door pockets.
You also have a file pocket.
Okay.
So that you can keep important documents and whatnot in.
And then these shelves look like you could put them adjustable.
Yeah,
so
you can move
if you
them
had
up and
different
down.
types of silver or gold or whatever, you could stack them.
Yes, sir.
Right
and then
along
this
there.
one also can bolt to the ground.
Oh, nice.
So you just lift up the floor panel, and all of these Liberty safes will have that.
And you always recommend bolting them because
You never know what's going to happen, but I would always bolt. Always recommend bolting. Then you get into our bigger safes.
yeah, those are huge safes. If you can tell, Jason's probably 6 feet tall, and these are
6 foot exactly.
Yeah.
280 pounds.
so these are humongous safes, and not really a whole lot more expensive. I mean, you're only looking at like $1,500 more for that much more storage.
Exactly.
And when we get into this, we're probably not going to be filling this with all precious metals. You're probably going to have
The shelving you have, though, is
guns,
amazing.
yeah, the shelves, all sorts of documents you could put in here.
The door panels are extra bigger as well.
Can't even fit it in the frame if I'm standing too close. It's so big. Okay, now these are Liberties that we've been looking at, and one Rhino. When I was in a little while ago, I looked at a Rhino, I think on the other side here that was, yeah, look at that.
This one has the floating jewelry drawer.
Keep your wives happy. That's how you sell it right there.
That's
To
right.
keep the rings and the necklaces.
And then again, way more pockets in the doors. You could hold up to 10 handguns up on this one, and I believe it's 45 rifles without the shelving.
Yep. And what's the fire rating when you go to one? The doors.
2.5 hours.
Doors even thicker on this.
Yeah.
This is their executive line.
Yep.
Okay.
2.5 hours is what we got on this. To whereas this one's only about 80 minutes, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
90 minutes. Okay. Hour and a half still. If it takes the fire department that long to get to your house. And now, the other gentleman that was in here was telling me that you want to be careful where you put these, because if you put them in an area where lots of structure could fall on top of it, even though you only have an hour or two of fire rating, that fire could smolder for dozens of hours if they didn't get it out right.
That, and also you want to consider the fact that if anything hard hits, like a support beam for a house. You know, it's got to be a significant hit. But these things got a thing called a never again pin.
Okay.
Once that, if like, say we drop this off of a truck, it's going to drop that never again pin, and you will never again be able to open this door.
Huh.
You would have to get somebody to crack this thing open,
Okay.
drill it open. So, with that being said, any structure.
So a beam like this beam here or something hitting it hard enough could do that.
Up high enough.
Yep.
Yeah, it
Okay.
could potentially do that. I mean, it takes one hell of a hit. But
Sure.
if you think about it, that's thousands of pounds falling down.
Yep.
It's what happens.
And then these were the Rhino safes.
These are the Rhino safes, and what I was.
So they're a
telling
little
you-
thicker metal.
Very much.
Okay.
Each one of these on this line, though, are 80 minutes. I think the Ironworks over there is 130. But what I was saying about them opening all the way,
Oh yeah.
see, this one will open completely.
Now, if you live in New York City, you could also rent this out as an apartment.
That's true.
It's
I've actually seen apartments smaller than this.
but look at how many. What, 6,
6, 12, 16.
16? That would almost fit my gun collection, my handgun collection.
Yeah.
And just huge. And the pins on this, like this one here, has things that wrap right around the back to hold it.
And then they have pins that come out. So these aren't pins. What it is like these holes go over this, and there's a plate that locks over.
Slides over top of them.
Yep.
Oh, all these bolts. Okay. And then this one looks like it has power in it, USB, so if you wanted to charge something or have lighting.
It's lighting, dehumidifier is real big.
Okay.
You always, let me think. Montana's one place where you definitely want to have a dehumidifier because of the constant drop and rise in weather.
Sure.
The inside of these get really moist.
Okay.
And you don't want that.
And see, I would think we're dry enough here that we'd be a place that we don't need it, but I didn't think about the temperature swing.
It's the temperature change.
Yep.
It creates humidity.
Okay.
Texas is really bad.
Okay. Yep. Good to know.
Yeah, if you live in an island country like I'm from Puerto Rico, you breathe water.
Right.
You
Right.
know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
I've worked in Hawaii before, and it's definitely a very wet environment.
So this is 130 minute, a little shorter.
And this one does have huge. I mean, look at the size of those
huge.
bar compared to my. That would take somebody a long time to cut through one of them with a grinder.
Yeah, actually, so for our guys that we have that actually do break into safes, something like this would take them upwards of 5 hours to get into.
Wow.
And they
Hopefully
know
somebody would hear.
and they know what they're doing.
Right. Right.
You know.
Yep. Somebody would hear by then and hopefully call the
Yeah, 'cause
authorities
you
or.
have to drill through the wall and then cut each one of these bars individually.
Yep. Yep. I like these kind of the industrial look with the
That
plates and
steampunk look?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty cool looking.
Not
All right, so I'll ask you if you had, precious metals and guns, and say a $3,000 budget. What would be the safe that you would look at purchasing?
So I'd be around. Right now, I guess the bang for my buck would be the Liberty Fat Boy Extreme,
Okay.
which would be this one, and it's 3,500.
Yep.
You just have a lot of play area.
I like the fact all the shelves in it. There's 3 different rows for shelving instead of 2 that some have.
And all of that's customizable. So you could do that, rearrange these shelves however you'd like.
And that has a lot of. It's got that new car smell in it too.
Yep.
And this one has power too. Now, do almost all safes come with power anymore?
Yeah, pretty much. And if they don't, they have a knockout and an aftermarket outlet plug-in that you can put in
Okay.
there.
Yep. And then what does it take? You mentioned a dehumidifier. What's it take to put a dehumidifier in these? Like, how much room does that take up?
I'll show you one.
Okay. Because I know tarnishing happens quite a bit on precious metals. And,
So we have several dehumidifiers that you can use.
okay.
The one that we recommend inside of here is actually just this little rod.
Oh, yep.
Simple little rod, not
Okay.
that big. Doesn't take much space. You plug it in.
And how much power does that use? Not much at all, probably.
Oh, not at all. It's, I mean, I think your lamp uses more light than that, or use more electricity.
Okay.
Than that.
And if you lived off grid or something, you could probably put this on a timer so that it would just come on a few hours a day, and it would probably keep it
sure.
good. Yep. Okay.
So you have
And then there's
those.
different door panels they have up there.
You can do desiccant cans.
Yep,
as
I've
well.
seen those before. Okay.
Those are also good.
Yep.
You have silica gel packs for the bigger safes. So these are for like smaller safes.
So something like one of these you
Something
can
like
put.
that.
Okay.
You use the silica pack.
Okay.
Work just fine. Just replace it every 6 months.
Yep.
For the bigger safes, like the industrial executive ones, this is what you'd want to use. It's actually a like a variation of a boot dryer.
And it looks like it has a fan or something in it to
Yep.
move air, so it doesn't just get stagnant in one area.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's what we would recommend on the bigger ones. On your medium size, you can go desiccant can, or you can, the humidifier rod is really the way to go.
Sure. So if somebody is interested anywhere in Montana, of course, you
Yeah.
guys have stores all over. So they're associated with First National Pawn. So they have stores. I know I've personally been in stores in Miles City.
Yep.
I think Great Falls.
Great Falls, Miles City, Billings.
And most of your stores also have safes in them. You don't have quite this selection.
No, this is our main safe showroom floor. But we do deliver all over.
Okay.
For an extra fee, of course.
Sure.
But yeah.
And you do home deliveries, you do installations.
Home
I know you have a
delivery,
hydraulic
installation.
cart. You can go up and down stairs.
Yep. Specifically made for moving safes.
Yep. Awesome.
So, you know,
And then what about people in surrounding areas? The guy just here from Washington. Do you get people come in from Washington and Idaho and stuff to buy safes?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Actually, we just did a delivery on the Montana border of Idaho.
Okay.
On the other side of there.
Yep. And I've actually been working in places where they've been delivering safes while I've been there, and so much safer than a couple of guys trying to do it with a dolly.
Yes.
So
these things are. I mean, even that. The small one there is 380 pounds. So I know it doesn't sound like much, but try sitting with 300 pounds on you.
Yeah, I would crush you for sure.
Yeah, exactly. You're breaking a leg.
So again, this is Liberty Safes of Montana. First National Pawn, of course, they have them as well. And they have Liberty and Rhino safes. If you're interested, you can check them out. I think you guys have a website, right?
Yes, we do.
Liberty Safes of Montana.
Liberty Safes of Montana.
Yep. Okay.
You can do orders on there. Contact us through the numbers, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have.
Cool. Well, I appreciate it, Jason. Thank you for your time.
No problem.
And till next time, we'll see you again. Well, if you made it that far through the video, you're at the end. Jason had some great information on different safes, the security of them, the fire features. I'd never heard of that last chance option, where if your safe gets hit hard, it locks it out basically. If you want any more information, you'll have to check the comment section. I'll place a link for their business there. If you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing. Hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up. I appreciate the feedback. Leave a comment. Do you have a safe? Do you store at a bank? Are you looking at getting a safe? I'd appreciate hearing from you. Till we speak again, stack as big as the sky.